Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Dilbo Dabgins. That is Dilbo with a B. I stream on my Twitch channel every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Dilbo Dabgins. This video is all about day one of Crowfall, launch guide. This is mainly for the new players, people that don't necessarily know what to be doing on day one, because it's kind of overwhelming. There is a lot to do, and if you want to be as efficient as possible, this video will hopefully help you do that. I am recording this about a week before launch, so there might be some updates in between here and there. But if there are, and you're watching something in this video and you're like, hey, that's not in the game, come over to my Twitch stream, ask me, and I'll be able to help you out. And also, before we get into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe, comment, leave a like, share this with your friends that are also checking out Crowfall. And I got that 10% discount code down below for you as well. So let's jump right into this. Okay, so you loaded up Crowfall. It is 6 a.m. Central, July 6th. You're gonna hit the enter button. It's gonna take you right to your character class, but I'm just going to quickly pick a Nathari assassin just so I have some good movement so I can go around the world quickly. You know, you're going to create your first character, and then what I honestly suggest doing is, if you bought a backer pack that isn't the very base one, you most likely will have a mount available to you. So you want to make sure you hit that inbox button and then redeem that mount that you have, because you can get the mount through the tutorial, but this mount's faster and it's cooler, right? And it's better looking. And also, if you have sigils in here, which are equipable items that kind of give you a little bit of buffs, get those out as well before you get into the world. What you're going to do next is you're just going to hit this play button down here, and then you're going to click on starting worlds, and you're going to click on the God's Reach world that, you know, pertains to you, basically where you are. This is just the beta right now, so these are the only servers that are available, but I'm going to go into the East server, and we're going to get our first steps in Crowfall started. And I'm going to kind of walk you through the very beginning, maybe what you want to do, and then I'll go into a little after that. I'll go into like kind of the long-term goals for maybe your first day in Crowfall. All right, so we're loaded in here. This is going to be the first thing you see. There is Guillermo. I think I said that right. The gerbil guy, the Ganetian. This is how you begin the new player experience. I suggest, if you've never played Crowfall before, that you click on this quest giver and you start the new player experience. Now, you don't have to completely complete it if you don't want to, but this will really give you that natural MMO questing experience, take you through the leveling process, teach you things about the game. Make sure you read. I know you hate reading. I hate reading too, but there's a lot of really good information in the NPE talking about the systems, the lore, how to craft, how to harvest. There's all types of stuff that you'll learn in the NPE. Will transition you from what normal MMOs are to what Crowfall is, because Crowfall is not a normal MMO. And that's kind of the entire goal of the NPE, is to transition you from that mindset of a theme park MMO into what Crowfall is. So if you decide to take that NPE route, you'll follow this quest line. Make sure you keep an eye on that question mark up at the top of your screen on your compass. That's basically your carrot, and that's where you're going basically the entire time. So then the next step would be to talk to the Sentinel of Earth and continue the quest line from there. What I'm going to do, because I'm a veteran and most veterans will probably do this, is they'll walk down here to this tree area, right? Inside of here, there is a level me up pedestal that will level you up to level 25 for free if you have VIP. So it's been confirmed that every person that buys a backer pack or buys into the game for the first month, you get a free VIP anyways for the first month. So everybody will be able to have this. This will automatically take your character to level 25. If you don't feel like doing any questing and you don't feel like learning anything and you're just saying, fuck it, I want to go PvP, I want to learn the game on my own, screw all this other stuff, I'm going to figure it out. Hey, I watched some Dilbo Dabgins videos. I don't need the NPE to teach me. Dilbo taught me everything I need to know. Then come over here, hit the jumpstart button, go to level 25, and then this is where you would start. And then also, say you don't have VIP and you're watching this way after launch day, this vendor here will sell you a jumpstart tome for 40,000 gold. Not that much gold. It seems like a lot in the very beginning. It's really not. Also, what I suggest doing is come over here and grabbing this bandaging buff, because you're here, might as well. You can use bandages faster for an entire hour. And now, you know, you got a little bit buff when you're out in the world. So once you're level 25, you know, you can come in here, you can start building up your character, because you're level 25, might as well use some of these talent points that you got. I'm gonna just, you know, randomly put some stuff in here. By the way, keep in mind that little tip in a few of my other videos. You want to make sure you're using all of the stat bundles before you apply your attribute points, because you can possibly go over cap and you don't want to waste any type of stats there. So I mean, definitely get your character leveled up. You're level 25 now, or if you're going through the NPE, you'll be leveling up throughout the entire way. During some point during the NPE, or once this time comes, you want to get into a guild, because this game is not a game that you can really play by yourself. Whether you start a guild with a couple buddies and you're doing small man guild stuff, or you join a bigger guild, you need to join a guild. I personally run a guild called Dab Squad, which is my brand for my stream and everything like that. But it's all focused on helping you learn the game. It's a stepping stone guild too. So if you want to join, learn the game a little bit, get your feet wet, you know what I mean? Have a little bit of camaraderie in the very beginning and then leave and join another guild, that's perfectly fine. Or you can stick around and hang out and help make Dab Squad a really strong guild. But what you can do is, my guild is going to be open on launch day. So all that means is, on this screen, you'll have the ability to be able to search for Dab Squad. Just type DABB or DAB, and I'm sure it will come up. And you hit the join button. And then as soon as you have that, you're going to have access to the guild chat. And then go ahead and start asking, your guildies to group up, get into a group. And because you're going to have to level up from this point, from level 25 to level 30. Or once you hit the NPE, if you're doing the NPE, you'll hit level 25 and then you'll have to go into the PvP zone. So that's kind of the next step here, is that you're going to go into the PvP zone once you hit level 25, whether it's between doing the NPE, you might be a little higher level if you're doing the NPE, or you did that tome, you'll be going into the PvP zone once you hit level 25. But before you go in there, you want to try to get, a mount. Oh, look at that mount. Snowy's on the cool new mount. You want to get that mount out of your bank that you redeemed, right? So now you can move around faster, also get those sigils out of there, and equip those. So one thing you can do, if you use that level me up tome and you didn't do the NPE, you don't have any gear. See, I have nothing at all, because I used that tome. Well, outside of the temple, there is a ranger sanctuary. Down here, there is this a class trainer NPC that will tell you about your class, kind of the ideas behind how you're playing it. And this guy will give you an advanced weapon that has a little bit more damage than what you would normally have. So this is the class trainer. You talk to him, he'll give you an advanced weapon. Oh, and because I'm an assassin, he gave me some poison as well. So now you're doing, a lot more damage than you would have been doing if you just try to go out into the PvP zone with no gear at all. If not, you did the NPE, you most likely will just already have some gear that probably is better than that. What's interesting is that I thought this guild recruiter was going to give me some gold. It might be a bug, but before, when I was testing this, the guild recruiter gave you 1,000 gold for being in a guild. So it might be a bug that's not giving you gold. I'm not sure what it's going to be on launch day, but definitely just check with this guild recruiter. If he does give you gold and you don't have any gear because you used that level me up tome, go over to the advanced vendors inside of the temple and buy yourself some gear, because it will be stronger than the novice weapon that the class trainer gives you. So inside of the temple over here, there are all these vendors in the back over here. These are all advanced weapon and gear vendors, and these will be better stats than the novice weapon and gear that you had from that class trainer. So if you do get gold from that guild recruiter because you joined my guild, or you joined another guild, or you were in a guild, definitely go over there and buy some of that before you go into the PvP zone. All right, so now you're at the point where either you have gotten to this point naturally via the NPE, or you use that level tome and now you're level 25 and you need to know what to do next. So you come over to these portals over here, which is on the south side, which is on the south side of the Earth Temple. And each one of these, if you do the NPE, they take you to the Sun Temple and the Moon Temple. But this gate right here takes you into the PvP zones. So if I show you the world map here, so based on what faction you are in, based on the faction that you start in, that portal will take you to one of these three starting PvP zones. When you start off in these PvP zones, you're going to be here between levels 20 and 25. And what I really suggest doing, especially if you don't have any gear because you use the level me up tome, is go into these zones and start capturing outposts and doing these camps. Do you see how these camps are level 25 to 28? These camps are mob camps and they will drop gear for you and gold, right? So you want to make sure you go and farm. Basically, you're in the farming game, right? You're going to farm from level 25 to level 30 now if you use the level me up tome, and you'll come in here between level 25 and 30 and you'll farm, and you're going to level up, you're going to get some gear, and you're going to get some gold. Keep in mind, these outposts on the map here do different things. So one's a respawn outpost, so if you die you can respawn there, and it has a bank. Another one is a buff outpost, so if your faction owns it, you can get a buff from it, right? There's also a bank out in the open world. That's what that symbol looks like right there. And then there are these other portals inside of the starter worlds with the other faction symbols on top of them. These take you into the other starter worlds of God's Reach. When I keep on saying starter worlds, I mean starting PvP worlds. These take you into those. So if you want to fuck around and you're level 25 and you're like, man, I want to go PvP. I want to go PvP, man. I ain't trying to do none of this grinding, questing shit. I want to go PvP. I mean, you still gonna have to grind to get levels. Go into the other zones, man. And there's going to be people PvPing. So definitely get a little PvP under your belt. Have a good time. Grind up from level 25 to 30 and get some gear, get some gold, things like that. Now keep in mind, on every single one of the starter zones, there is this kind of safe area. So here's the sun one, and if I click on the moon one, you see up here in the north, there is another kind of safe zone over here. If you walk into here and you're not of the same faction, you're gonna get killed, because there's just like a zone of death that it kind of puts on you. Oh, and another really good thing, this actually reminded me, these hot zones, look for a hot zone, because this will give you extra loot on day one. Well, every time you go to a hot zone. But if you're level 25 and if you're farming level 30, go to a hot zone, because now you're doubling the loot you would have and you're grinding. So that's a really good thing to do, especially if you're looking for PvP right away. The hot zone won't be in every single one of the starter worlds. So you'll want to be able to, you'll want to find that and go to it. And the way to find that is you would hit the leaderboard, go to the event schedule, and look for the hot zone that has this orange chest. You can also just filter by it, right? So here's the hot zone. So this will be where the hot zone is on launch day. Not necessarily this one, but that's the one. You'll find the active one during launch time, and that's where you could farm if you like. All right, so what if you don't want to farm? What if you don't want to PvP and you don't want to do any of that and you just want to get right into harvesting? Well, you can totally do that. You're going to need some gold though to be able to get the exploration disciplines to be able to go out and harvest properly. So you're going to have to go get a little bit of gold. You're going to have to go farm a little bit in those starter and PvP zones to be able to get some gold. But then as soon as you do, you'll come over here to this exploration rune, and all you need is 325 to be able to get the harvesting disciplines. So get 325 gold, and if you do the NPE, you'll actually get one of these for free. So that's another reason why you want to do the NPE. You'll get one of those. So if you want to just harvest, you'll get some gold from farming, and then you'll come buy whatever you want to start harvesting with, or two of them if you really want to. I'm probably going to buy two of them. I'll probably buy the logger on day one, and I'll buy the Skinner on day one. Those will probably be the two that I'll start off with. You'll go ahead and quit both of these. And now what these allow you to do is craft the intermediate version of the tool. And to do that, you have to come over to the general crafting bench. So I'm going to walk over here real quick. General crafting station. And this will give you the ability underneath rune making to make the intermediate harvesting tools. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll have to go out there and you craft the basic axe, right? For instance, this is just with wood, and you'll have wood. You punch a tree, get wood if you don't have wood already, right? Craft the basic axe, use a little bit of ore that you've probably got from the NPE, or you craft a basic pickaxe, go get a little bit of ore, and then make your intermediate tool, and then go start harvesting to get your green discipline. In my harvesting video, I talk about upgrading your runes, right? So those vendors only sell the gray version, allow you to craft the intermediate tool, and now you're going to want to go do the discipline, that action, to be able to get the green discipline. That should be your goal for day one, is to get at least one green discipline for what you're doing. You'll probably get more than that, but at least one, right? And the only way to get the disciplines, the green disciplines, is to farm anything ranked higher than 1. So you don't go out there punching just knotwood trees that are rank 1, right? Go find the higher ranked stuff, and those will all be inside of the starter PvP worlds. So you don't necessarily have to go into Skypoint yet. You can just stay in the starter PvP worlds and go out there and harvest and get your harvesting up a little bit, you know. So you'll be out there, you'll be harvesting, you'll be grinding a little bit, get to level 30, and then once you're level 30, if you're focusing on trying to, you know, get stronger and not necessarily harvesting is a lot more simpler. You just go out there, you harvest, you continue to harvest, and then follow my professions guide to be able to figure out how to upgrade and continue that process. But once you hit level 30, that's when you want to go into Skypoint. Okay, so Skypoint is kind of the PvP show of God's Reach, of the starter worlds. This area, you drop 100% of the gold on your character, so be careful with this. If you come out here with gold, you're going to drop 100% of it. By the way, all of the starter worlds, you drop 50% gold when you die. Inside of Skypoint, there will be higher ranked nodes, so you'll have better chance at dropping disciplines and better loot and better harvestables. And this is where all the PvP will be, and this is where the higher camps are. You see level 30 to 32, this is where the higher camps are, and you can get better gear. Okay, and what you could also do if you really want to, I don't necessarily 100% suggest this, but once you hit level 30, you can come over here and you can buy a white vessel from this vendor. And this vessel will get you the ability to go to level 31, and then you'll go farm at those camps in Skypoint, because you can only get XP from mobs that are your level or above. So you'll have to go to camps in Skypoint to be able to continue your leveling process and go up your level. And then really what you want to do is, so you're out in Skypoint, you're farming, you're PvPing, get with your guild, do guild stuff, and really, man, the first night of launch, Skypoint's going to be a party, man. It's going to be a good time. All of these keeps and these forts are going to be up for siege. There's going to be some big groups roaming around. There's going to be a lot of fighting. Okay, get some people in your faction, make some friends, man. Get in a big group, go PvP. This game is about PvP, man. Go fight some people. Or if you want to harvest and craft, start crafting, start harvesting, start that process. Try to get the best, the best you can in day one, because that will just give you a little bit of a start. Me personally, my goals for day one are this. I'm going to make multiple characters. I'm going to have multiple green harvesting runes. I'm going to do a good bit of PvP. I'm going to try to get blue gear on all of my characters that I can. And my goal is to be able to craft a bow and a quiver by end of day one. And just and also a little tip, this is in one of my other videos, but if you're struggling to get blue gear, you can use this vendor. This vendor can RNG drop you a piece of blue gear. So I'm going to buy one. I got a green, unfortunately. I'll buy another one, see if I can get a blue. No, one more time. I don't have enough gold. So that possibly can give you some blue gear. So if you're struggling to get gear, use this vendor as well. Okay, so the very last thing you could do on launch day, especially I will be doing this because I'm running a guild. I'm gonna start making my Eternal Kingdom. Your Eternal Kingdom is literally a place for you to kind of call home. It's your own kingdom. You can build it to do whatever you want. If you want it to be a market, start that process. Start putting down the parcels. Start crafting the vessels and and all the things you need to be able to turn it into a market. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of crafted boxes and stuff for storage for my EK, things like that. But your EK is another good little thing. Say you're burnt out on a little bit of PvP. You've been PvPing like all day, right? Go into your EK, chill out for a little while, build some things in there, lay down some parcels, invite some people over, maybe do a little crafting, maybe do a little bit of scrims inside of your EK, 1v1s, things like that. At the end of the day, your first day of Crowfall is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, if you're really interested in this game, do not miss out on the first day of Crowfall. because that's where all the hype will be, man. It's going to be so much fun seeing the world just full of players and having all of this interaction between everybody, making friends, the guild drama that's already going to be happening on day one. It's going to be such a great time, man. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully this helped you kind of get, okay, this is my checklist for day one. I told you guys kind of what I'm working on. And hopefully this helps you out. If you need something, if I didn't answer a question in here, you don't understand something, make sure you go over to my Twitch stream and ask me there. I'm going to be doing a 24-hour live stream on launch day, and I'll be live for 24 hours. I'm going to be giving away 24 copies of the game, a bunch of mounts, VIP packs. We're going to have a hell of a lot of time, and I'll be live for the entire day. So if you're lost, come find me and I'll help you out. All right. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you learned something, and thanks so much for being a part of my community. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.